Hi, I'm Jo Baker and I'm here with Devon, and I'm going to show you how to create this look today. A fun, cool, bold color statement look underneath the eye. So as I start, I usually take a damp sponge. It helps to clean off any of the extra kind of oils that sometimes just kind of come out in the skin, which you don't really want underneath makeup. Today on Devon, I'm going to be using Flower Express Gel by Sisley. I love this product because it's a super lightweight, hydrating base for makeup. It's actually a mask, but it sinks in really fast, and then I just tissue off the excess to make sure it doesn't kind of stay too thick. It's almost like a rich, thick, hydrating gel, so it doesn't kind of make the skin oily, it just hydrates. I like to use my fingers so I can work it all around the areas that sometimes get a little dry, and I can feel where extra moisture is needed. I'm a big fan of matte lip balm, so I like using Kiehl's men's lip balm, which it hydrates and it feels really soft and conditioning, but it doesn't give you like a greasy, over-layered lip balm look or feel. I always like to comb the brows upwards before I start doing any makeup, so I can see the true lid space and how much area I have to work with. She has amazing brows, super full, fat, natural brows, which is my favorite. As we're doing a really bold color underneath the eye, I'm gonna show you how to do that without it looking like a mess in an hour's time. So I'm using Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, which I use a soft, fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I just kind of gently tickle it along the lash line, because I don't really want to layer up her delicate eye area, but I do want it to kind of last. If you're gonna have a bold color, you want it to last and feel good and stay exactly where you put it. And for our color, we chose to do something really bold, which I don't often get to do on somebody. So I've gone for a really crazy cobalt purpley blue color. I start off really gentle because you kind of want to really have it be hazy and soft and dreamy. You want it to be really nicely blended. And often when you're doing eyeshadow underneath, it can feel like you're going really low. But my whole kind of safety zone is actually take it lower than you think. Blend it out further, because it's better to look purposeful than to look like you're a little scared of the color. Then I'm going to use Magnifies by Rimmel. And this color is like a really deep, plummy eggplant, and I'm going to use that in her waterline. It's really creamy and kind of glides very easily, so I really smush it into the lash line. You'll notice that the liner kind of gets stuck and embedded in the lower lash line, so I use that to blend with the color I've already applied. I use a fine brush just to pick it away from the lash and blend it with the color that I applied first. And you'll see it's just getting more and more intense. It's gathering a little bit of a cool shape now. Just keep blending the products and the colors together. Then I'm gonna go back over with the original color, and again, final shaping with the wet sponge, damp sponge. And this is a great trick of how to get your shadow looking very feline, and it's using the sponge to create that little angle. Then I'm gonna lash curl her upper lashes. If you see, I took extra special attention in making sure I got the outer lashes that can sometimes get left out when you're doing this on your own. But you really don't want to have those left out. You want that nice little kick at the edge. I'm just going to use a black mascara. This is one of my favorites. I like this because it's got a really curved brush and it's fat, so you get loads of product on the lashes without it getting messy and clumpy. And the formula feels really creamy when it goes on, and it doesn't dry and become cakey. So it stays looking good all day. Because there's going to be no eyeshadow really on top of the eye, no feature color, I really like the lashes to look long and kind of almost a little bit spidery. So don't be afraid when you're doing bottom heavy eyeshadow to like really go for it with mascara on your upper lash line. On the lower lashes, I'm going to use the same mascara but in blue. And it's a really dark blue. It's really pretty, and it's going to just help bring out further kind of flecks of amber and yellow tone in her eye color. And again, you can get really quite heavy-handed with the mascara on these looks. Now, what I do to create a little bit of shape, as you saw earlier, I kind of extended the color and kind of gave her a little bit of a sweep up at the side. So I'm going to use a really neutral tone, and I just kind of create a little depth at the edge. So it won't really look like color, but it'll just help the shape of her eyes still appear big and bright. I'm going to be using Perfection Lumiere Velvet by Chanel. I love it because it's really lightweight, but it has a matte finish and it lasts for hours. It also has an SPF 15 built in, which is always handy because we need a little bit of sun protection. So I'm using Radiance Creamy Concealer by NARS. I love these because you can really build up the coverage and they're perfect for little spot details where you just want to really get some good coverage. What I like about the consistency of the concealer is it has a radiant finish to it. So it's got almost a satin quality to it instead of being super matte, which a lot of concealers are. So it looks like skin when you're concealing things instead of it looking like something you've concealed that's now matte in that area. So you'll see the skin has the same sheen, whether it's the foundation or the concealer. It all blends kind of seamlessly. I'm going to use the same lighter concealer of the two on a clean, fluffy eyeshadow blender brush. And I'm just going to use it around the eye to make sure we're getting any redness and to keep this color really impactful and sharp. So Devon's eyebrows are almost perfect. So we're not going to mess with them by adding any further weight, especially as we don't really want to detract and make this whole look too heavy. It's a really kind of bold under eye statement. So I'm just going to use Anastasia Tinted Brow Gel. So I usually like to wipe off the excess because a lot of product gets stuck in these brushes and I only want a little bit. So I usually tissue off quite a lot of the excess before I apply. And I like these metallic formulas because they make the hair in the brows look really shiny and glossy and conditioned and healthy. And we love a healthy brow. So I usually work it up and then take a brush and just create a little bit of shape by putting them in place very gently. I'm going to warm up Devon's complexion using one of my tried and true, this Never Leaves My kit, and it just creates a really nice golden warmth, and I like to use a really kind of soft, fluffy powder or blush brush because I like it to look sun-kissed and I don't really want any specific solid streaks, so I really kind of just use it to hit everywhere where you'd get if you were sitting in the sun. So this is my perfect sun-kissed product. And you really want a light hand. You don't want to get heavy with this one. I apply either side of the nose, as you see, because I don't want to go straight down the nose and make the nose look wider. I still like the nose to have a little bit of a natural highlight down the middle. So I kind of just contour it a little bit with the brush like that. So it adds color, but it's not changing the shape. On Devon's lips, I'm going to go for a really simple casual nude. So this is Moody Margot by Marc Jacobs, and I'm just going to kind of stipple and pat it on top of the Kiehl's Men's Matte Lip Balm, which keeps her lips conditioned but not shiny. I'm really not using any lip liner or creating any shape. I just want to knock down her natural shade, which will put more emphasis on the eyes. The attention will go to the eyes and not the lips. I quite like using my fingers to smush a nude into a lip because being a pale color, sometimes they can look a little chalky. Whereas if you can work it in with your fingertip, it kind of blends with your own natural shade and looks more natural and pretty. And if you close your eyes for me, and I'm just going to dab it on the very middle of her eyelid. I'm also going to use the same product to bring a dewiness out in her cheekbones, just at the very top. So the reason I like this product over a powder shimmer is that it really makes the skin look like skin. It's that glowy, healthy, vibrant finish without color or shimmer really visible. So I just take that all the way across her cheek, up through her cheekbone on both sides. More than a producty look, it will appear that her skin is just radiant and glowing, yet looking perfect. So I hope you enjoy this look and start playing around with color at home, because it's not just for the eyelid, it can be underneath the eye. So you really can play around and have fun with all of it. And thanks for watching us today.